And we're live in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Legislation and Me. I am your host, Isaac Pedraja, and with everyone else here today. And today we're going to talk about a lot of things in this podcast. But before we get deep into today's podcast, I actually want to talk to you guys a little bit more about a serious question. Before we get into all that casual stuff. Does that sound good with y'all? Okay. So, I want to bring this up because I just saw this the other day. And we're all college students. So it actually involves us because of that. And, I personally don't think there's a lot of attention on this topic or program, I would say. Yeah, it definitely deserves more recognition. So, with that being said, have any of y'all ever heard about the California Student Opportunity and Access Program? I'm gonna let my colleague talk more about it.
Hi, I'm Brianna. I would like to bring this topic up again because we're all college students and I want to get everybody's opinion.
Hi, my name is Aaron Reyes, and to continue on this presentation, for those of you who don't know, or at least are not aware of, this is an enacted legislation. It's pretty new, and it came about, it came about in January of last year, so 2022. And the basic gist of it, the main idea is that it was made to help increase and promote post-secondary education opportunities and financial aid to a range of communities, to all kinds of communities, right? But more specifically to low-income communities, right? And as a person who lives in and comes from a low-income community, this is, an opportunity that I appreciate. This is, legislation that I like to see.
Personally, it's more beneficial than it is negative in regards to laws or even the Constitution. Although it does mention basic education, in which all kids be given equal educational opportunities no matter the circumstances that include race, ethnic background, religion, or gender, or their income status or citizenship status. But in regards to college education, there doesn't seem to be anything in the Constitution.
I gotta agree with what they're saying, simply because being a girl from South Central, which is already recognized as low income and is predominantly Black and Latino communities, they tell us about college, but they don't give us the information for it. University is a big thing, but they don't help us in regards to what they offer and what they can do for us. So with this legislation, I feel like it'll give us that bigger push to be college is more than this, and it helps a lot of kids of color.
Someone from the Central Valley, I agree with that statement too, because our track record in my county of getting kids to college after high school is a lot lower than I thought it would be. And the kids that don't go to college are a lot of people of color, because there's a lot of Latino kids where I come from. And their biggest reason is that they don't think that they can afford it, whether on their own or with their parents. And a lot of kids don't even finish high school because they drop out as soon as they can, because they're not going to go to college afterwards. In their head, there's no point of finishing high school if they're not going to college. So I think that this bill will get kids into college if they want to, because now they know how to afford it.
I agree as well. In terms where I come from, which is a small little city here in Inwood, a lot of these kids don't know that there's free money for school, and they don't know that they can apply. And once they start applying to schools like the senior year, they hesitate because they don't know what to do or what kinds of information to put in those applications.
Addressing race, gender, ethnicity, class, and sexuality, and the impact it has on law enforcement is the fear of why they get stopped by a police officer or any other enforcement. They are unfairly stopped and arrested more often than white people. This can be either women or men of color. These events often happen in communities of color where police are often driving more throughout the day to see if there is any crime surrounding the areas, which is why these social constructs impact law enforcement.